Further protests outside the U.S. Republican Party convention as presidential candidate Donald Trump delivers his acceptance speech, promising to make America number one by boosting its image at home. Sport's highest court upholds the Russian track and field ban, effectively preventing dozens of athletes from going to Rio, despite not being embroiled in the doping scandal. And France witnesses a second night of street unrest after the death of a black man in police custody. A minute past midday here in Moscow on this Friday, the 22nd of July. Welcome to the program. My name's Ewan O'Neill and you're watching RT International. Our top story, U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump has delivered his prime-time acceptance speech, closing the Republican National Convention.
The most important difference between our plan and that of our opponent is that our plan will put America first. Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo as long as we are led by politicians who will not put America first. Then we can be assured that other nations will not treat America with respect, the respect that we deserve.
In his remarks, presidential candidate Donald Trump kind of redefined the notion of American exceptionalism, which played a key role in the Obama administration. Now, rather than saying that American exceptionalism meant that the United States should intervene and spread human rights around the world, presidential candidate Donald Trump emphasized the American notion of working hard and business and hard work and values that are associated with the American way of life. He emphasized that the United States could get ahead and become first again, repeating the phrase America first by cooperating better with countries around the world.
Yeah, plenty of smiles and cheers and love inside, but there was yet another day of protests against the Republican candidate outside the convention. Anti-Trump demonstrators expressed their dislike for the presidential nominee and chanted, "America was never great," playing on Trump's campaign slogan. That's after some people accused the Republican candidate of downplaying exceptionalist sentiment in his recent statements. We went to the demonstration to ask the protesters what they thought about some of the billionaire's words without letting them know who had said them.
When the world sees how bad the United States is and we start talking about civil liberties, I don't think we are a very good messenger.
I guess I would have to agree with it, that we're really not right now, considering all of basically everything that's going on.
I think that's a completely accurate depiction. I think that if we're going to use all this rhetoric, then we need to actually act on it. You know, actions speak louder than words, and right now we are not in any shape or form even a great country.
We are spending a fortune on our military in order to lose $800 billion on trade. That doesn't sound very smart to me.
Agree. Just like the vibe of it, I would say focus a little bit more on home, less on military, keep it here.
I think we have way too robust of a military. We spend far too much on it.
Both of those quotes actually come from Donald Trump.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Well, I am against him becoming president. That doesn't mean that I can't agree with him on some matters.
Along with Trump's statement that the U.S. should not be lecturing other countries on civil rights, what's also raised some eyebrows is the suggestion that he might not honor the core principle of the NATO military alliance if elected.
He has challenged a central tenet of the religious faith of the elites in the United States, and they cannot abide this. They are in full panic mode over Donald Trump's interview in the New York Times recently. The traditional Republicans believe in American exceptionalism, especially the Republican elite. But the whole story of the Trump rise to popularity in the U.S. is that the grassroots Republicans, the grassroots conservatives, are turning their back on these old beltway shibboleths like American exceptionalism. After 16 years, 15 years of war, they've had enough of it. It's funny that it's now the left that's screaming. I was looking at Rachel Maddow's blog, and one of her writers said, Trump is trashing American exceptionalism. What do we do? It's just hilarious to see this.